Hi guys, and happy Saturday. I hope you're having a beautiful weekend so far. I am having a good weekend because anytime I'm not at work, it's a good thing, right? So I made it through the hell week. I don't know if we're actually finished yet with the whole ordeal, but hopefully it gets better. Can't get any worse, I'll tell you right now. I'm drinking a Shiner Ruby Redbird, which is a great brew from Shriner, and this one has pink grapefruit in it. Oh, so good. I got a Shiner put out a 6-pack of mixed beers, and you know, a bunch of beers in their line. And Ruby Redbird I've had many times before. It's one of my favorites, but there was a lot in there that I've never had before, and it was a good way to try the different Shiners. And Shiner makes some great beer. It's a Texas company, and I really like it. Alright, today I have a couple of thrift things, and then I have, I decided to start showing you things from the collection, because there's a lot of stuff here that I probably never showed you before, and maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but if I did, it was many years ago, because I've been on Facebook for 10 years. You know, some of the very oldest videos tend to disappear after a while. I didn't know that, but maybe if you're not one of those people that gets like thousands of views, maybe they wipe you off. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I have been on since 2008, if not before. And I think the oldest videos that still show up pop up from like 2009, I want to say, maybe. I've actually probably been on here since 2007, even, maybe. I don't know, maybe even longer. Who the hell knows? But anyway, it's been a long time. And I have always been a collector since I was a little girl, and my dad used to take me to flea markets back in the day. Years ago, when I was a little girl, there were lots of outdoor, big, monster outdoor flea markets that they still have in some of the rural areas now, you know, like Renninger's and Stormville, and in our area anyway. That would be Renninger's is in Pennsylvania, Stormville is in New York State. I know some of you guys that live more rurally in the Midwest, and even Florida, oh gee, even Florida have some massive flea markets from what I recall. I remember there was one on Cape Cod we used to go to that was huge also. But those are very few and far between these days in the tri-state area, you know. So the best we get right now is like a parking lot flea market, or yeah, you know, those parking lot ones in New York City, and the ones that are every single weekend. We have a huge parking lot one at the Meadowlands, which is really cool. I think they have that on Tuesday and Saturday almost all year until November. I think from April to November, something like that. But it's a big one, really, and I like it. It's fun. But anyway, so I decided I would show you some things that are in the collection, along with the thrift scores, the recent thrift scores and stuff. So I think it'd be kind of fun. Having such a bad week, I did stop in the thrift one night, and I found this little rainbow bear. And something about, he spoke to me instantly, you know, but when you are having a shit day and you see a face like this, when you see a stuffed thing that really speaks to you, it really makes a difference. And I found this little rainbow bear. He is so cute. He's got these big sad eyes. He was sitting on a shelf by himself, and I had to get him. I just had to get him. Somebody lovingly knitted this bear and stuff. And just beautiful. And he's done so well. But he's got this weird bib. I don't get the bib. It's so funny. He's got a weird bib with a dog button on it. Like a little dog button on it. And I gave him a Radio Tink button. But look at that face. Look at those eyes. He helped me so much on those on this crappy week. Just giving him a hug made me feel better. Him and Vaji, you know, of course our dogs, our pets, our cats, whatever, make us feel better always. But this little guy really did the job this week, and I love him. And he's a rainbow bear, which is so sweet. Look at those eyes. So cute. So he's sitting over, he normally, you know, since I got him, I put him on, what do you call it? The industrial stool that I have over there right in front of, in the music room, right in front of my record wall. And he really seems to like it there. And he really helped me this week. So precious. I love him. That same night, I found this great 2 DVD set. Mike Portnoy, one of the greatest drummers that ever lived. And he's, of course, from Dream Theater. He's just amazing. My brother was a drummer. My father was a drummer. A very good friend of mine's son is a drummer. And Portnoy is a favorite drummer of all of them. I love Mike Portnoy, and I love Terry Bozzio. So this is really, those are my 2 drum favorites. There's others, Bonham, of course, but featuring the music of Liquid Tension Experiment and Dream Theater, Liquid Drum Theater. Over 20 minutes of bonus footage, camera switching option, full-length commentary by Mike, the great Mike Portnoy. 2 DVD set, very fun find. Today, I stopped in the thrift and I found a couple of fun things. I found oddball things. I found this great Andrew Smokey Hogg Sings Too Late Old Man and Jivin' Little Woman on Crown Prince Records. Look at that. Very interesting. Blues, later blues, 40s and early 50s blues. Very, very interesting. Probably more bebop-ish, but I'm very interested to hear this. Beautiful find. I also found this, which is Kitty Pops for good little boys and girls. I have a big one of these that I used to use on my display when I did the outdoor art shows. And this is a nice cute little one. And it says, just one please. You put lollipops in there. I used to hang it on the display thing that Skeety built for me with all the artwork on it. And this would be hanging on the edge with all the lollipops in it. It was much bigger than this. But this little one is so cute. It can go right on a door jamb. You know, a door, what do you call it? Surround. Just like that. So cute. Put dum-dums in it or something. Really cute. I love that. Very cute. I've never seen another one aside from the big one that I had, so that little one was fun. Then I found this. You know, I'm a crazy hat person, but this is a little art hat that someone created. Queen of Hearts. Beautiful miniature clip-on. See the clip here? Miniature clip-on hat. That looks just like the Queen of Hearts from the Tim Burton Alice movie. And I adore it. And look, she even painted swirls on the top. Very, very fun. Really fun hat. And you can clip it, I can clip it onto my head, or I can use this awesome thing for one of my pieces of taxidermy, because all my taxidermy has crazy hats, from fezzes to witch hats to any antique thing that I found for them. 2 of my boars have also Masonic sashes. So, but I think this would be a great hat for a piece of taxidermy. Look at that. Is that fabulous? Or wow, I just love it so much. She did a great job too. She started out with a miniature hat, miniature felt hat, and just built on that. Just beautiful. And this is all boned like a corset maker would do. In fact, what I think it probably is an upside down, what do you call it? Lampshade. So that's pretty freaking clever, right? I love it. Very, very fun piece. I think that was all that that was all the thrift stuff that I found in the last today and the other night. All right. A long time ago, I found this beautiful thing, the Clash, Joe Strummer, 1952 to 2002. Did he die in 2002? I don't remember now. Can it be that long ago? That don't sound right, but anyway, it could be. Anyway, the Clash. It's a beautiful little bag, little purse, zipper across the top, and it says the Clash, Joe Strummer, with pictures of the Clash and Joe all over the front. I just love this little bag. Perfect thing. Something I found one weekend in Christmas tree shop. Occasionally they get these great book shipments, closeouts, and things like that. Just amazing, or leftovers, whatever. But I found this great book there. It's from America's Haunted Road Trip series, and it's ghost hunting in New York City. This is so awesome. And me and my dad used to, when my dad could still walk, we would go on these ghost walks. And they were so awesome. They would show us these amazing spots in New York that were purported to be haunted. And they'd tell us about the ghost and, you know, the history behind the place and how the ghost came to be there. And there's a place called Chumley's. They brought us inside and they showed us where the ghost sits. And it was in the corner, and you could see smoke circling above the ghost, because it was an old speakeasy, and the ghost used to smoke, and you could see them in the corner with the ghost with the smoke circling their corner. And several years after we did one of the ghost tours, me and Skeety tried to find Chumley's, and it was gone. They developed the entire block, and Chumley's was gone. This place was an old speakeasy. Now it doesn't exist anymore, and I hope that ghost haunts that new development, because, man, they deserve it. And it better not be a friendly ghost either. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, ghost hunting New York City. How fabulous is that? I used to love those ghost walks. They even took us to the to one of the hotels where right on the West Side Highway, where some of the Titanic survivors were taken when they were rescued from sea. Isn't that absolutely amazing? It was such a cool thing. They took us down Pirates Alley. They showed us the spot where Alexander Hamilton was killed. It was just incredible. They took us to the oldest pub in New York City, which I believe is called the White Horse Tavern, and Dylan Thomas died in the doorway, and they say his ghost is still there. So it was just a great tour. I don't know if they still do it, but I loved it. All right. One time somebody said to me, "You need a Genie bottle." I said, "But I have one." And this is my Genie bottle. Only 2 people in the world have this, because we made them. And Craig, the Record King, was the first one to ever have one. And what he did was have this, I don't know, it must have been some kind of liqueur bottle. And he took the genie out of a Hot Wheel or Matchbox, special car back from the, it was released in the 60s or early 70s, and Genie was sitting on top of the car, and he took her off the car and put her on top of this bottle, and it's just the most perfect thing. So one day, a long time ago, I was in the thrift and I found the same liqueur bottle. Went on eBay and got the Hot Wheel Matchbox, whatever it was that she was sitting on top. Got her off it and put her on my own Genie bottle, and our bottles are identical. So there she is, Genie on top, and there is her bottle. Isn't that magic? Only 2 in the whole world because we made them. All right. Circus Punks. Something I love to collect. Do you know what a circus punk is? Do you remember when you went down the shore or to an arcade or to a fair and threw the baseball at those things to knock them down to win a prize? You know. Well, they are awesome to collect. You don't see them that much anymore. You might see them at the state fairs, but they may still have them down the shore. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to show you a couple that I have. I have an antique one. I have one antique Circus Punk. This is the kind that everyone would know if they, were down the shore for every year. They're canvas. They have a creepy clown on them. This one has actual sheep, lamb's wool, whatever, and you would throw the ball at it, knock it down. There'd be a whole wall of them. This is my antique one. This one came from my friend Professor Ouch in Philadelphia. He owns an amazing, kind of like the Atomic Universe, but it's called the Auditorium, and it's a store. Even more fun, right? So you can buy amazing things from him. He's got everything from circus to music memorabilia to serial killer memorabilia. He's got amazing stuff. He owns a tattoo shop in Philadelphia. He actually had a piece of Ed Gein's farmhouse in a shadow box with authentication and everything. It was crazy. But anyway, I got this from him and I love it. Love it. I also got, after, I don't know, when was it? Let's see. I believe it was 2006. They started making these limited edition Circus Punks by they used famous tattoo artists, famous lowbrow artists would make these. There was a few of them. I have 2. I have this guy, beautiful stuff. They would silk screen them and make limited editions. This one is number 41 of 50 by R. Rude. And just awesome. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I don't know if you can still get these. If you can, they're probably expensive now because they're probably sold. The editions are probably sold out. And then I have my favorite one. Look, Electric Frankenstein. One of my very favorites because I love that band. And it is a Frankenstein. And this one is 77 out of 100. This was Jim Corker. I don't remember. I can't read his signature, but they are signed and numbered, which is so cool. And Electric Frankenstein. Isn't that awesome? So, there is a lot of fun stuff in the Atomic Universe, and I figured every so often I'll pull something out that maybe you have never seen before. There's so much to look at. You probably, when I'm on video, you're probably looking around like, oh, I want to see that. You know what I mean? But my friends call my house the museum. I call it the Atomic Universe. It's just what it is, you know? So anyway, that was my thrift scores, and my Teddy really made me happy. He did. He really helped. I used to make teddy bears back in the day and sell them at trade shows. And so I've always had a soft spot for teddy bears. Mohair teddy bears I made. But somebody lovingly hand knit this and it wound up in a thrift. What? So if somebody made this for me, I would never, ever give it away. You know what I mean? I'd never give it to a thrift store if it was made like this by someone. It's just beautiful. And he helped me through a rough week. So anyway, that's about it. I know. I'm upset. I know I'm nuts, but you know, man, that's what I am. That's me. I make no excuses for it. I was thinking of possibly doing a new podcast this afternoon because it's going to rain. It has been raining for days. Wednesday when it hit 78, I was wrong. I said 75, but it actually hit 78 degrees that day for February. Started to rain while I was talking to you guys. It has rained every day since, and last night it poured, and now it's all dark and gloomy, and it's gonna pour again. So perfect night to spin records. So I think that's it, guys. Let me know if you like the idea of grabbing things from the collection and showing them to you here and there. You can even ask me if I'll show something, if you want to see something in particular. So that's about it for me, guys. I hope you are having a magical, mystical, musical day. I love you all. You guys help me so much when I'm having a rough time like I did this week. It's coming in and talking to you guys helps so much. So that's it, guys. Have a magical, mystical, musical Saturday. I love you all more than you know. Mwah.